bullet in the chamber, waiting till they get a load of me. Dialing from the rotary, the other end's a ringtone. It's like I'm at the 20, running to the other end zone. Never had a pretty woman keep me in the friend zone. Trying to worry not, what about any of my friends on? Return so much, I probably pound until the send's gone. Weed under the button, the send strong. Phone still off limits like a motherfucker slanging Mary. Delivery on time, every time, very, very. Good intention, but the honest vary. Trying to find this peace of mind and count it out as monetary. My thoughts are forming into sentences. No telling when this evolution sends it into exodus. I'm not just out for the reference. Understood that getting is good, at least the present is.
Chemistry underrated. Your fundamentals basic, run the matrix. No dispute, I'm undebated. Beat banging like it's blood related. Elegance is understated. Orchestrations leave you sedated. Back fresh, recuperated. Brothers in step, highly awaited. Long time coming, rhyme dumbing. Pour something Bacardi lime, rum inside a cup. Stomach rubbing, opinions borderline jaded. Stretch out accounts, blackboard to sketch out the routes. Stop short, stepped out the house in Venice. Bear witness, word scripted, 3-dimension vivid, exceed the limits. Meanwhile, I pencil in the digits. Gangsta white walls spinning. Levi denims and crushed linen. Kangaroo coat with the custom stitches. Serve dishes, dirty soup kitchen. Heavy hitter, I swing it whenever you pitching. Y'all better listen, y'all better listen.
No barcode that can be scanned. Revealing what can't be held up in the hand. Bearer of the standard that you're crammed to understand. Uncharted lands, telescopes can't discover. Can't throw with his strippers to make them pretend they love you. I sow the seed like fabric at the seams. You can't sip it to lean, but you can give it to fiends. The most taken for granted on the planet. You can't Snapchat it or Instagram it. It's from the unseen realm where the camera can't film, but the coal get scorched into diamonds in the kiln. Created and evolved, the Khalik and the Rob, the sun, moon, and the stars. Alhamdulillah, the biggest secret, but you can't WikiLeak it, cause the unbroken chain transmitted to the seekers.
Good evening, hockey ? Fans, both first-time watchers, long-time comebackers, and people on the subreddit who just need to check the replays. I am Slam Duncan here with Dead Latin, ready for that most important part of any season, the finals. First up, we have... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we have two great teams here. We got Belfast after their win over St. John's and Calgary after their win over Oshawa. However, these teams have actually played close in the regular season, with Calgary getting two of their only wins in the regular season against Belfast.
And at least for the moment, Belfast, with 4 people in their current, if they can grab a 5th before the game actually starts, but we might be having 4v4 action on moves like Yager for this this finals matchup, and that always does change the dynamics of it. Who do you think that that would favor between these two teams?
I actually give the edge to Calgary, especially if they play Keller. He's one who really excels in the open ice, and today, it could be interesting to see how Belfast does against them.
BOC members currently checking the lineups, and we should be underway within just a couple of minutes here.
Some people tonight is really for Belfast, they don't have their biggest scorer of the playoffs, Sean P, but the Little Owl has shown himself to be more than capable of scoring goals. Meanwhile, on the other end, their offensive leader has been Bleach with 12 points on the season, and Keller with his 2 goals and his 1.
Calgary's also had a revolving door of goaltenders that has, at some level had to keep opponents on their toes. Gretzky himself may make the move to forward tonight if they can't get their production going.
And especially because Dyke has shown himself to be really strong in net this season, but that he also has made a big presence on the D too. So it should be interesting to see kind of where he's positioned in the scheme of Calgary.
Calgary obviously just with a lot more options in general, given their surprisingly consistent large player turnout compared to, well, the rest of the JSL this season. And
Have
also
players to give this season.
And also considering that, despite having such a large player base and having to, play each of those players at least one period in the regular season, managing to make that work against teams such as Oshawa, who are able to just play the same consistent lineup of their strongest players every night.
That can be a disadvantage too. It's hard to really strategize when you have like rotating people and getting people on the same page versus, as you mentioned, Oshawa, where they had the same people every night. So they kind of got that chemistry and strategy going every night.
Calgary has taken the ice in the blue jerseys. Belfast possibly going over some final moments of preparation.
Looking like Dyke will be playing defense too, so Gretzky to be taking the net for Calgary. Should be interesting to see how Keller does with that open ice, and then finally rounding him out, Prince Charming at D also.
Prince Charming for a first season player making an appearance here in the playoffs, in the finals. Definitely a bold move of a display of trust by Gretzky.
He is kind of hot going in this game. If you remember going back to the now forfeited Calgary-Oshawa game, he was one of 2 goal scorers so far in the playoffs for Calgary. So he's kind of hot going into this game.
All right, and we are underway. Face-off goes towards the Calgary end, and Keller will pick it up to start us off. And just chips one. Oh, and he hits the post! Almost starting the game over the long bomb into the net. Jimothy tries to exit from his own zone. Deeks deftly past 2 defenders, has an open shot at the net, just Gretzky to beat, and he sails it too high. Keller carrying it around. Newbie McNoob not looking like he might be there, or slowly back skating. Keller gets around Owl, loses control of the puck a little bit though, and Owl looks like he's going to be able to knock it out from underneath him. But, a missed pass there. Big chance for Calgary that they'll cough up, and Belfast is able to recover and move it forward. Stopped in the neutral ice though again, and Keller dumps it. Little Owl picks it up out of his own end, drops it against the boards, and a close play in front of the net. Big clear there. But ready to pick it up was the Calgary defense, who's now moving it around in the zone. Belfast a little bit stuck here. Unable to get any possession going, but they pick it up and finally manage to clear it into their offensive end. It'll go all the way down with Little Owl and Prince Charming battling for it now, out to the point, where Splurgeon picks it up, knocks it around. Look, Belfast trying to find a shooting lane here, but Calgary finding it first and knocking it back the other way. Little Owl picks up the dump, carries it through the neutral zone. He's around 2 Calgary defenders. He has a shot, and big block there by the Calgary defense. Gretzky able to chip that out with ease. Belfast starts again from their own end. Newbie takes his time, flips it down. Nice pass to Little Owl, but is unfortunately a little mishandled. Keller slides it over to Prince Charming, who's able to find it with a big whiff. Splurgeon able to take it out of his own. No, kept in. Big play there by, I believe, Doig there to keep the play alive for Calgary. Keller mishandling it amongst the boards. Oh, and a funky rebound
The physics play.
to flip it forward at high speed into the Calgary net. 1-0 Belfast.
And those are just hard as a goalie. You're not really expecting anything with the puck at middle of the ice, and those just happen in this game.
Play starts in the Belfast end. Cleared out. Will be picked up by Doig for Calgary. Pushes it around the forechecker. Long pass. Not quite on target. Little Owl now gets an advantageous move into the offensive zone, but checked hard by Doig. Keller touches back to Doig, who flips it back forward to Keller. Battling a defender for it. Touches it a little bit. Can't quite seem to find it on his backhand and moves it around behind the net. Prince Charming able to chip it back in though. But Belfast able to move it forward out of the zone. Good zone exit to Timothy Jimothy there, who has one defender to beat and does, but loses the puck in the process. Gretzky puts it back towards neutral ice. Keller battling amongst the boards with Timothy Jimothy. It's flipped all the way down to the Belfast end, and Splurgeon will take it to start. Keller looking for a forecheck. Ugly clear allows Calgary to put it back into the zone. Splurgeon one more time. Keller looking for it again. Splurgeon clears it to the other end. Poor pass, but Doig cannot pick it up. And right to the Little Owl, who has an easy goal on Payne Gretzky. Those 1-0 sort of, charges are difficult at any level in this game for a goaltender to handle.
Belfast gets off to a good 2-0 lead to start the series.
Doig now picks up neutral ice, moving forward, gets around one defender, chips it at the blue line. Good shot on net, just a little high, but a good rebound. Doig again. Flip forward, not quite on net. But Keller has a chance, perhaps? No. Stretch pass to Splurgeon, just past the tip of his stick. Gretzky saved another save. Need to make a save there. Prince Charming's going to take it from his own end now. Checked by Timothy Jimothy, who's able to pick it up. Gretzky rushes to get to it first, and will end the period. Belfast definitely with a couple lucky bounces there, but strong play from them overall.
And they definitely took advantage of the chances they had, but look out for Calgary. They had a lot of good quality zone time there. They just weren't able to find the puck on the net.
In these JSL games, especially these 4-on-4 JSL games, taking advantage of those lucky bounces is such a big thing, because at this level of the game, for better or worse, it's hard to predict when your opponents are going to succeed or fail at any given technical challenge. And so being able to capitalize on those mistakes is so paramount. And yeah, Belfast definitely with the ability to do that in the first period. Little Owl now moving through the boards in the offensive zone into the corner. Got 2 Calgary defenders to deal with, and they'll get a stick on it. Bleach going to reach this first with Splurgeon coming in hot. Chips it up around him, but right for Timothy Jimothy. Gretzky will now hold it and push it forward. Kind of just a dump down the Belfast end, but Keller should be able to get there first. Good setup. Bleach with the big finish. It's 2-1. Great play there by Calgary. Good long stretch by Gretzky. Excellent touch by Keller. Great finish by Bleach. A good team play. Calgary is still in this. And now starting from their offensive end, good forecheck there by Bleach. But it's going to get chipped out. but they might be able to maintain possession here. Little Owl in a race for it. Retzky's going to get to it first, and he's able to handle it appropriately. Splurgeon reading the play, though. It has the puck at the point. He's going to go for a slapper, but gets blocked. Dangerous position, puck at the side of the net. Belfast looking for it. Enough flailing Calgary sticks keep it away, though. Oh, Jimothy with a big interception. Oh, and they can't capitalize it. Jimothy at neutral ice with the puck. Flips it forward to behind of the net. Retzky playing it just outside of the Little Owl's reach. Keller trying to move it away from danger. Gets into the neutral zone. Bleach on it. Timothy will get to it first. And now a substitution by Calgary. Merrim coming in and puts a shot on net to start a shift. Bleach in the corner, moves it back out for Merrim. He's going to have a tough recovery there, and it's going to be turned over and moved into their end. Retzky holds, pushes it around for Merrim, checked by Timothy Jimothy. It'll get through. Bleach in a race with the Little Owl. Gonna leave it for him and try to get the steal. He does! They're battling in the corner for it now. And it'll get cleared out. Merrim having to turn quickly, losing a little bit of speed there. Jimothy might have a step on him. He does, but a big block for Merrim. Good defensive play there, especially to handle that rebound. Goes towards the Calgary corner where Bleach will handle it with Jimothy coming in fast, and it gets out. Little Owl picks it up around the red line. No, misses it. Keller is going to get that puck. And a good hard angle shot. Nice stand-up save there by Newey McNoob, keeping the lead at 2-1. Entering the zone now is Splurgeon. Going towards... No, flips it out. Oh, Little Owl can't handle it. Newby's going to come out of his net to play this one. Kind of a misplay, though. Bleach might get the turnover. He ends up going back towards the end, and Newby's going to play out of his net yet. And flips it around, but Bleach finds it again. Zone. Not a lot of support there for Owl, but he'll flip a shot in on it. Splurgeon able to pick up on the recovery. No, whiffs on it. Broken play, moving forward into the offensive zone. Bleach with a shot and a big save again from Newby McNoob. Another Bell Calgary flip. Gets out. Little Owl on a breakaway now. Oh, just can't quite find the puck, and Bleach is going to catch up to him. Missed opportunity there. Another a little miscommunication from Calgary there. Keller wasn't sure who was going for the puck and had to take himself out of the play for a moment. And now Retzky flips it out before either of his players can get a stick on it. So Bleach is going to be going forward, and a unfortunate clear for Belfast gives another forecheck opportunity for Calgary. They get a touch on it, and that's going to end the period. Rough and tough hockey there. Not a lot of clean passes, lots of hits, lots of whiffs, lots of play down into the corners, but one Calgary goal to narrow the lead.
Not only that, but now die again for Merrim shows that with three really gifted offensive players, Calgary's looking to go on the attack this period and
Close
try to
face-off
game back up.
Going towards the Calgary end. Retzky gives it a little kiss for Dog to pick it up, who flips it around. Splurgeon manages to find Bleach, who turns it over to Little Owl, who gets it out, unfortunately, to Doig for Calgary, who now carries it, dumps it in, one touch pass to Bleach, back to, oh, pretty play there, but a good defensive read to stop the Calgary passing there. Doig strips it from Little Owl, Oh, passes it into the center beautifully for Splurgeon, unfortunately, who has a shot, and he takes it just high. A little bit of grace of God there for the Calgary Hitmen. Little Owl keeps it in the zone. Keller flips it out to Dyke. It manages to get to the red line before it's checked back in. Keller's going to have to try again. Calgary now with 3:45 to tie this game. It's behind the Bell. Looks like Bleach is able to keep it back there. Calgary, are they able to set up a chance here? They're able to keep it in. It looks like they might be able to get their offense going. Oh, a spinning puck in front of the net, and he just overskated it. Good pass in the center for Belfast. Oh, and a aggressive save by Payne Retzky to keep them in the game. Those are such dangerous moments as goaltenders, but he was able to psychologically. Oh no! A horrible turnover, an empty net for Bleach! And a huge misplay by Newbie McNoob is going to tie this game up for Calgary. Oh, they're going to be hurting on that one tonight.
Claiming lag, but that's the price you pay with an aggressive goaltender.
Bleach able to capitalize it, though. What we were talking about in that first period, and this is anyone's game again. Dawe carrying it out of his zone. Checked hard, but keeps possession. Checked hard again. Forces a turnover. And Splurgeon puts that Belfast back up, nipping the Calgary comeback right in the bud. Good forechecking pressure to get a turnover and put them on the board again. Belfast wins the faceoff.
Good aggression.
Halfway through the third now. Turnover behind the net. Calgary desperately looking for another tying goal. Splurgeon will get control and flip it out of the zone. Dawe waiting for it, but just standing just a little too far forward. Now Jimothy is going to have a chance to forecheck on him. But Dawe manages to push it around, but they need to get into a coordinated offense to generate some goal-scoring chances to keep this game alive. Good push. Oh, some defensive whips again. Oh, and Bleach just can't get a stick on it. Pushes it back for Keller. Not fast enough, though, and Belfast is able to flip it out back towards the Calgary end. 1:40 remaining. Retzky coming out of his net now. He mentioned he might do this, but it looks like Retzky's going to transition to forward as Bleach sits in the Calgary net now. Dawe, a missed pass to Little Owl, now carrying it behind. Keller finds in the offensive zone. Dawe streaking down, looking for a pass perhaps. It's up in the air. He might get to it. Kept in. Behind the net. Carried out by the Little Owl now. And a good clear, likely to be recovered by Timothy Jimothy. Shot opportunity. Big whiff. Retzky pushes it out again, unfortunately, right to Splurgeon, who just misses the net. Unfortunately, a big empty net sitting there for them. Retzky carrying it out carefully now, 40 seconds remaining. He's going all out. Retzky's going to try to go 200 feet, it looks like. He's unchallenged right now. He's at the blue line. Beautiful shot just outside. Dawe's going to pick up the rebound. He has another. Oh, hits the post. It's behind the net. Dawe might get it again. He flips it towards the center. Oh, and the slot shot was there, but couldn't be found by Payne Retzky, who has to take a more difficult angle now. Calgary desperately trying to find it as they pulled their goalie. And flip down. Oh, the clinching goal can't be got, but they might just win it on time now. Bleach with one last desperate flip. It might be on net, but blocked by Splurgeon. Belfast takes game one, 3-2.
Fantastic back and forth game for these two, especially with Calgary kind of finding some offense at the end.
They've got one more to play right now. Neither team can win this series tonight, but Belfast can definitely take a major advantage going into Wednesday's games.
Yeah, and they looked really good this game, making sure that they kind of decrease mistakes other than maybe that one over-aggression by
my broadcast partner has either disconnected or gone AFK or something.
There we go. Appears my mic just became disconnected, but yeah, good back and forth game for these two. Good things on both sides. Just a little bit of an unfortunate miscue by Newbie allowed, but other than that, pretty mistake-free game for Belfast. For them to take advantage of Calgary's own mistakes and get the win this game as we go into game 2. Be interesting to see how this next game goes.
Game 2 ready to start now. The colors have swapped, the sides have switched. Belfast on the ice in the blue this time. Calgary going to try for revenge. And Calgary hits the ice. All right, technical issues have been resolved. I can hear Dead Latin again.
Looks like Calgary's kind of going with a more defensive lineup to start this game with Merrim, Prince Charming, two big defensemen in the JSL, along with Keller. And Dog taking the net for the first time in this series.
You can understand that because they lost a couple goals. 2 of their 3 goals, I would say. Well, one was just an unfortunate bounce. There's really no way that you can prepare for that. And the second one was definitely a defensive miscue leading to a bad breakaway. You can understand that sort of strategy coming out for them. Let's see how it works out. They start with the puck, but there's one of those big turnovers. Splurgeon has a chance and barred down in front of the net. Belfast almost with the early strike. Newbie McNoob now with the puck, mishandling it a little bit. Keller almost gets another quick back-to-back chance. Kept in by Calgary, bouncing in front of the net. Picked up by Timothy. Mishandling it, but Keller can't grab it from him. Little miscommunication there, and Calgary will capitalize on that. Merrim going into the end to pick it up, flipping it around for Keller, who pushes it, tries to push it in front of the net, but it ends up staying behind. Merrim's going to have to grab it again. Kept in, and Tim is able to find it in front of the net though. And Prince Charming possibly pinching a bit too hard there, almost giving up a big breakaway turnover, and now the offensive pressure from Belfast coming in hot. But the back check is finished, and Keller is able to flip it out. Calgary resetting, and Belfast going for a breakout. Splurgeon will start from his own end. Little Owl skating forward on his right. Tim on his left. Big turnover, fantastic check by Keller. He's got center and a shot, but he can't make it, and the big 2-on-1 chance lost there by Calgary. Kept in. Keller contending with Timothy. Tim is able to pick it up. Skating forward. Beats one. Beats Keller. Flips it past Merrim, not on net though. But Owl's ready for the garbage that comes out and is able to keep it in for Splurgeon. Back to Owl. Back to Splurgeon. And dumped in. Little Owl will chase it with Merrim trying to get it out of the zone. Merrim does, unfortunately, right to Timothy. And a couple of whiffs will repeat the scenario as Merrim starts with Little Owl coming in hot. Flipped all the way around, Keller gets a stick on it, but not quite enough. And Newbie McNoob will be able to take that first. Merrim with an ineffective clear and an offensive chance for Calgary. Pardon me, for Belfast. Still got the color switched in my head. And Keller knocks it out back towards the Belfast end. Left for Timothy. Puts it around. Outside a cross clear fails. And that one doesn't. And Doig will hold for his team. Stretch pass. And an unfortunate tip by Belfast almost gave it right to the Calgary offensive player. But a little neutral ice battle is going to leave with Calgary starting from their own end again. And they'll dump it out, trying to just alleviate the pressure. Splurgeon holding it, carrying, taps it forward for Little Owl. Just about right. Ends up finding his way to Timothy, who can't pull the trigger. Merrim now coming back the other way. Splurgeon turned around, but a big defensive play by Little Owl to push it off the stick. Timothy, nice pass to Little Owl. Oh, and just a touch too far. Little Owl's going to get it, but he won't have an immediate shot. But he can tap it back for Splurgeon, who does. And it's on net. 1-0 Belfast on an excellent dump chase, pass, and point shot.
Credit Little Owl too, not only with the great pass, but also a great screen there to allow for the play to come through.
Merrim tips it forward all the way down to Keller, who gets a stick on it but ends up having to flail to keep it off of a Belfast stick, but puts it right to a more dangerous one, as Little Owl can't quite find the angle he wants. But he can tip it around for Splurgeon, who gets a second chance, and blocked by Calgary. Keller flips it down wide of the Belfast net to end the period.
Game's looking a lot like the legendary quadruple overtime game these two teams had, where both the teams to try to get chances, but teams defensively solid, so they can't really get any offense going on the forecheck.
Calgary will get the first face-off with Payne Retzky taking hold and chipping it forward, trying to find Keller, but Splurgeon getting in the way, and he'll maintain possession, but he can't get his pass to connect. Ends up finding his way to Timothy, who will take a shot and get blocked. Held in by Retzky. Or pardon me. Finds his way to Timothy again. Little Owl keep trying to keep it in the corner, but it gets out all the way to Bleach at the blue line. Oh, and denied by Splurgeon. Splurgeon will carry it forward now. Gets checked hard by Keller. Payne Retzky has time and space to work with. Let's see what Calgary can get together here. Gets it around to Bleach, who's got... And Timothy coming in hot. Gets around, shot. He's right in the slot. And he just can't finish it. That should have been a goal.
Patient.
Now Bleach picking up the product of some whiffs. He has a hard angle shot, just wide, but it's going to come out for Calgary. They can keep it in. Oh, good defensive clear by Splurgeon there. And Doig will hold it for his team. Bleach calling for a stick and face penalty. Oh, and a goaltender mishandle, almost costing Belfast the lead there. The boards take their toll as Timothy now looks for another Belfast tick. He has a shot from the slot, and it's blocked hard. Doig earning his keep. and it's just gonna skirt past Splurgeon's stick, giving Bleach a chance on the forecheck. But 2 forecheckers can lead to an odd man the other way unless it's read properly by Payne Retzky, who now has just the goaltender to beat, and a nearly perfect shot that just couldn't find its way over the line. Oh, to be in that TeamSpeak channel now. Keller flips it back in, and Bleach skates hard to meet Jimothy. Keller read it, blocked the pass, but slow skating on Calgary allows the, at the moment, faster Belfast Giants to get that one. They move forward through the neutral zone, 2-on-1, a little bit too narrow, and easily read play for Payne Retzky. Nasty turnover by Little Owl, and Doig again with a hard deny. Doig looking like a solid goaltender in this play. Keller has some room in the neutral zone. Got one on, but he looks to just be a step ahead of him. He's got a shot available now, and he just can't find the back of the net. Calgary generating lots of chances, but unable to score. Bleach chips it back in. Might be coming in front of the net if Retzky can find it and spin, and he does. Mishandled by Newbie McNoob means Calgary goal. Retzky able to capitalize on that chance with a fantastic spin.
Yeah, and they're able to finally make up for a lot of the posts that they've hit this period to finally equalize this game.
Retzky carrying forward with it again. Excellent air handling. He has another chance. Hard angle. Nice bounce in front. And oh, a big rebound can't be handled by either of the Calgary skaters there. And now a 2-on-0 coming the other way. These hurt the most when you barely miss a goal and now you might give up one of your own. Splurgeon has a shot, but he waits too long. And Doig able to keep it out again. Much stronger passing here this time as Little Owl has a chance for himself, and he also hits the post. Offensive firepower just not quite being able to roll the dice on both teams. Newbie McNoob tries to clear it out. It'll eventually be found by Splurgeon, who will be checked off the puck. With 10 seconds remaining in the period, Calgary's going to clear it out, but they have one last chance. Can Bleach put them up going into the third? He cannot. Newbie McNoob keeping the game tied at 1. And the momentum from being too much in Calgary's favor. Calgary looking like a very deadly team that period.
Really, both teams had great chances, whether it be 1 or 2-on-0s, but a lot of hit posts and some great saves there by Doig allows for this game to be 1-1 when it could really be 3-1 the other side, either side really.
This game could have been 3-3, yeah. Faceoff starts deep in the Belfast zone. Calgary aggressively putting 2 players forward. In these 4-on-4 games, having 2 players forecheck so hard is such a risky proposition, especially in a really must-win game for Calgary. Retzky now skating forward. He's got Bleach open, who just can't find. He's a little bit too slow on the pickup there, and he has to contend with Splurgeon now. It pops out for the Little Owl. Retzky's going to try to find him. Little Owl dekes right around him. He is slightly faster than the Calgary defenders, and he has a shot, and he's able to get around, but not finish. And the streaking Jimothy can't find it either. A little futzing around in the neutral zone, and Calgary will start from their own end and see what they can make of this breakout. Dumped all the way down past the entire Belfast team. Bleach gonna try and contend with Newbie McNoob for it. Newbie's forced to clear it out rather unadvantageously. Keller. Little Owl poking hard at it. He's been pretty effective on that forecheck throughout these playoffs. Couple tennis plays now. some end-to-end dumps from both teams. Just trying to find those 1-on-0s and 2-on-0s again. Gretzky holding big cross-ice pass, trying to find Keller. Finds him, but he can't find it. Keller now working out of the corner. Pops it up and around and cleared out. Gretzky will take it from the neutral zone. He's got Splurgeon in behind him. He's going to take a long shot, and it's, almost tipped in by Newbie McNoob. And back the other way. Doig will volley it. It's found by Splurgeon through the neutral zone. Gretzky skating the wrong way, but read it perfectly and blocked it, and there's a possible chance. Yes, Bleach with a fantastic deke, and he has a shot, and he hits the post. Pushed into the corner and then dumped out by Belfast. Both teams employing this strategy where they're looking for these dump and chases and then hoping the other team will make a mistake on their clear, allowing for these, 1-on-0 or 2-on-1 opportunities, and they're getting them. As the goalies decided to play a little bit of a game of catch throughout this period. Bleach checking Splurgeon, trying to find it in the corner. Splurgeon gets kind of a weak clear. Gretzky has it now, but skates a little bit further than I think he would have liked to, and is unfortunately unable to probably clear. Oh, Splurgeon with a beautiful shot, and Doig with an even prettier save. Bleach checked hard by the Little Owl, who pushes it back into the Calgary end. Doig a little bit behind it, but able to flip it forward. Past Gretzky, finds Keller, who's able to tip it nicely to Bleach, who has a shot. One-timer, just wide. Good teamwork there by Calgary, though. Keeping it in the zone. Keller, nice tip, just too far. Newbie keeping Belfast alive in this game. Calgary with some fantastic tic-tac-toe passing in the last 30 seconds. Splurgeon moves it forward for Tim, who's too fast, has to turn on it, is able to get a touch, but leaving it for Calgary, battling for it now. Beautiful tip forward. Little Owl has a shot, and he puts him ahead with 30 seconds left on the clock. Doig couldn't get that little tip, and Little Owl may have just put Belfast up 2-0 in this series.
A good finding of the puck by Little Owl. Some aggression by Calgary bites them in the end, as Little Owl able to put his team up by 1 with 20 seconds left.
Splurgeon, point shot, blocked, 15 seconds. Calgary hoping for a miracle to go into the series on Wednesday 1-1. Forward, Bleach with it, 7 seconds, and that clear will win them the game. Belfast up 2-0 in this series has Calgary against the ropes for the JSL Cup on Wednesday. Calgary overall playing well in both games, but especially in that second game, and just unable to convert chances into goals. You can expect certainly they're going to be doing shooting practices over the next couple days. Belfast really just has to play the same game that they've been playing. Maybe look at avoiding some defensive zone turnovers. Newbie McNoob has to make sure he doesn't have any awkward whiffs that I think cost them at least 1 goal in those 2 games. But their defense and offense are clicking overall pretty well, and they just have to hope that Calgary is more lucky on Wednesday, I believe.
We're arguing right now we might have an OT, or at least maybe an additional period played on Wednesday, because looks like Calgary's calling for a stick in the face call earlier in, I believe, the second period. So it should be interesting to see if that may potentially turn this game.
Both teams are still sticking around. Novastar currently in the Belfast channel and moving over to Calgary. Arguing, I'm sure, the specifics of the call and what the movement is going to be here in the next couple of minutes.
Every couple summers, me and a couple hunters like to row in from the Isle of Astonishing Motherfuckers.
Hey, machines cleaner than 3 Marines' mother's rooms. Came in peace, believing with keys to your VW.
Needle nose pliers and a Paragon level design. These are the weapons of bedeviling times. At the medicine chest, temper like a townie. Come untethered to a busker with a 20-minute down Easter Alexa cover.
I didn't start the fire, but I plan to. Dance around it naked with peggings, leggings, and pan flutes. Shampoo, hairspray, hustler friends. Eat shit, die like it's just for men.
Most illness, toast the mutineer by the year. I'm a bum.
So let, in the interim, let's fill the silence a little bit. What are your thoughts on the West Coast League that is currently being proposed over on the Hockey Question Mark subreddit?
I'm definitely, I think, in favor of it, just because you're seeing an increasing amount of players on the West Coast, and really the ping for them is as if they're in Europe, around like 100. So it makes it really hard for a lot of these guys to play, but at the same time, and also it kind of created a fun competition of West versus East. The only question really is size. Is there enough West Coast players to justify it? Or enough, at least both players, as they've been saying. Like, I would be willing to play in either one being in the Central, but do you have enough of those type of players to really balance such a thing? How about you?
I myself also enjoy it, if just for the idea that even if there's not enough for a full league for the players who do live out there to just play amongst themselves in pubs as they would prefer. I don't know how much the server running costs are, but there are some high quality players who are living on the West Coast right now. What was the forward he played for the Philadelphia Revolution in the JSL last season? He was a strong forward.
Yeah, I think you're talking about his name right now, but
look that up, because
yeah,
I know unfortunately he had to deal with the California wildfires, and I'll hope that he's okay.
Ooh, that's who it is.
Danny Lagoo, yeah, he's a Californian. Zam, you know, an LHL level player, is going to be moving out to the West Coast soon, and when you've got high quality players and a number of them living in that area, it definitely seems prescient to have some sort of thing for them. Now, whereabouts are you? You said you're in the Central?
I'm in Arkansas right now for university, so I'm kind of in a weird
middle
spot.
Of the country, yeah.
Yeah, so like I still get good ping to Chicago, but I could still play on the West Coast. So I'm kind of one of those flex players. Although I'm sure for you living in Michigan, it's it'd be hard for you to play on the West Coast ping-wise.
There is for me some eternal relation between hockey and the West, just because the Red Wings for so long were in the Western Conference. But yeah, my ping to the Chicago servers is obviously just so fantastic. It looks like stick and face is the official ruling. We may not be done.
Everything used to be so good then. Now it seems like you're mad at my footprints. I'm only trying to scribble in the book, man.
Let me see if I can get a comment from Nova really quickly.
You must have a lot of free time. Otherwise, why
Drine to see if he had anything. Oh, it looks like Calgary players are starting to leave, but all of the BOC is meeting right now in the JSL chat channel, so we might have to resolve this maybe on Wednesday before our 2 games then.
You don't wanna be a victim to victory. Listening to a bittersweet symphony. You're so bitter. You're cold as a river in the winter. This one is to recognize you. Your jealousy needs an anthem too. You're so bitter. You're cold as a river in the winter. This one is to recognize you and all of these dreams that can't come true. We used to get up in Uptown, then we hit the highway to run around. Came home, everybody. Let them see you celebrate your touchdown. Keep clutching those grudges. Don't budge if no
Saying that we are delayed probably around for the review by the BOC, so we will be coming to a decision relatively soon.
Repulsive, discouraged, rejection, no protection from your own reflection. Big as a boulder. Insecurity's a slippery slope. Got you looking around for vote. Anything to give a little glimmer of hope. You're so bitter. You're cold as a river in the winter. This one is to recognize you. Your jealousy needs an anthem too. You're so bitter. You're cold as a river in the winter. This one is to recognize you and all of these dreams that can't come true. Treat love like a limited resource. Fight for it like there's never gonna be more. On the rooftop, talk to the spaceships like you got Tupac locked in the basement. Get the bag, make the getaway exit. You get mad like your middle name desperate. No net, better not get left back. Hey, you should probably protect that. I'm trying to keep it simple. Teeth to the nipple. Beat my chisel, leave my initials. Fly so far when you follow the signals. Sky full of stars and all of them wishful. Not only are we bitter, but we're brittle. The world's getting small, everybody's little. Go roll your eyeballs, toot your own whistle. Don't ever stop waiting for the window. You're so bitter.
In the meantime, we can start to maybe preview the upcoming matchup in the RSL. Looking to, after defeating Milwaukee, we're going to have a matchup in between Lindsay and Belfast.
I forgot. It is it's Lindsay and Belleville, not Belfast.
I always, especially coming from JSL, I always make that mistake. My bad.
So the Lindsay Muskies with an excellent series against the Milwaukee Admirals. Radade's looking like an absolute monster on offense. Doug looking like an unstoppable wall of defense, and the rest of their team just having solid depth throughout, coming up against a buzzsaw of a Belleville Senators team who has been absolutely unstoppable throughout the regular season and completely annihilated their first round playoff opponents as well.
Only when you look up front for Bellevue, you have the potent 1-2 punch of Nico and Jabba, which demolished the Psychword Sirens into being able to sweep that series.
I mean, you just go to the numbers and it's all there. A regular season record of 13-1 for 39 out of a possible 42 points speaks for itself.
Yeah, but one thing that could be their weakness in this series is in net, as they've had 3 different goaltenders play to a varying level of success.
Who do we suspect is going to be starting for them tonight?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Cavi. I know that at the beginning of the year, they drafted, I believe, for Cavi, but he's only been able to play 4 games for them in net so far. So it's either probably going to be Cavi or Ace, depending on really who shows up for the team. It looks like both of them are there. Plus, they also have Daig as an option net too. We just saw him in the second JSL playoff game.
Who played quite strongly, yeah.
Like they finally resolved it. So we will go to DTMB for RSL action.
So the Belleville Senators in red and the Lindsay Muskies starting in blue. This is a best of 7 series, unlike the JSL's best of 5, so this will possibly be going all the way until next week.
Final ruling in that JSL game was that it was not stick in the face, so
Score stands.
Yes, it will be a 2-0 advantage for Belfast going into Wednesday. Finally be getting underway here as server resets, and be interesting to see where at least the Bellevue players set their position to.
Cavi will be starting in goal for them. Lindsay only with 3 people in the server. Possibly a miscommunication error there.
Waiting for some people to leave so that they can get the rest of their team in.
Well, that's awkward. And Doug finally joining them. Now, is the game going to be restarted again? I assume it will.
Yes,
time hasn't
it
even
will.
started, so of course.
And it looks like in net for Lindsay will be Payne Retzke, who we saw in Game 1 of the JSL playoffs.
A lot of 2-league players this year. There were so many players who got many minutes in the RSL who were also starting in the JSL. So Lindsay gets the puck first and chips it forward onto the net. Radade's still with the puck. Centers it. Kanye West picking it up now. Centering it again and cleared out. Doug throws it back in. And Lindsay off to an aggressive start here. But Belleville finally manages to clear it out and give themselves a little bit of breathing room to get set up positionally. Tipped back in. Captain Jeetler looking for it, checked hard. Jabba starts from the corner. Taps it behind for Nico. Doug coming in fast for him. And finds it. Little tip tappers though, and it's going to find its way out to neutral ice. Kanye picks it up, mishandles it. Nico able to capitalize on that easily. Has a shooting lane, but is pushed to the outside by Radades. Centers the puck, but it's a slow and easy pass to deflect. And Jeetler will interrupt. You know he's looking for him. He finds him, and Radades puts him up 1-0. Lindsay strikes first.
Beautiful play there by Jeetler to get the puck after a turnover by, I believe, Nico. Get it to Radades, who will finish that most of the time.
Belleville now taking the face off and immediately going right for the jugular, but a misplay by Riven X will allow Lindsay to now start moving the puck forward on their zone. Jeetler and Riven going in it together. Pass back to Ace, who clears it out. Nico sitting far forward. Plays it out of the corner for Jabba, who's checked by Doug. Takes it behind the net, moving forward for a short, easy goal. I am not sure where Payne Gretzky ended up there, but it was nowhere near his crease. And that was going to tie us easily at 1-0. Belleville almost literally walking that one into the net. Tipped forward into the Belleville zone. Carried out by Jabba. He's around 2 already. There's some checking going on to give him a shot, but turned away by Gretzky, who flings it all the way down the ice. Pushed out towards center ice by Cavi. Touched down by Radades. Pass forward a couple times, and Kanye will push it back into neutral ice for Lindsay. Touched by Jeetler, who turns it over to Nico. But Radades is on him, and Nico's forced to dump it. Yabba picking it up behind the net. Attempted clear by Kanye, right to Nico, who's dangerously behind the net again. You know, he's looking for a wrap, but he can't find it. Riven from the point, flips it back into the corner. Doug will get to this first, but he doesn't have a lot of room to work with. Ends up coming cross ice, and Riven X able to pick that up, who has a point shot, and an awkward pass to the corner. Nico finds it, centers it. Radades with a nice hands there to get it up and forward and through neutral ice. Jeetler going to have to contend with Riven to keep the offense going for Lindsay. Cleared around to Ace. Radades knocks it down, but Jabba forward touches it just too far. And Doug will manage to get just a little bit of a step on Jabba and move it forward. Long stretch pass to the other corner. Radades battling Riven X. Bodies him, floating behind the net now, and Ace will clear that out to Jabba. Couple hard checks again and forced to move it to Riven X, who can't quite handle it, but it ends up okay. He has a point shot, and he has good look there by Gretzky to avoid the tap-in from the other side of the net. Ace's center is blocked. Doug skating forward fast. He's able to get a stick on it and move it all the way down to the other end. Cavi Fierro will touch that and leave it for Riven X. Riven clearing it around to no one in particular, and Kanye West has it at the point now. Feigns a shot, perhaps. And now Radades will work from the corner. Moving out, spins, on net, well blocked by Cavi Fierro. Jeetler chipping it, centering it out of the corner, ends up on a Belleville stick. Jabba moving it forward. He has Nico, but it's going to go far too high. Kanye and Nico will end the period.
Good chances both ways for both teams, but some strong play by both goaltenders keeps it a 1-1 game.
Extremely fast pace. These teams both definitely belong in these finals. Not a terrible number of mistakes. Lots of just positional play. Nico getting body hard. It's going to dribble back into the Belleville zone. Jeetler chasing down Riven X now. He's got Ace around, and he finds him. And Ace will clear it out, but a little bit of bodying there, and now we'll repeat it on the other side of the ice. Kanye moving forward, carries the puck. Flips it cross ice. Picked off by Jabba, who's checked by Doug, but carries it forward. Dunks it hard down below. Centered. Beautiful little one-touch center by Nico, and Jabba with an excellent finish. Definitely
a play
there
that
for
these
Nico.
two, yeah, this is a play that those two have been doing really well. Just get it deep, kind of in behind the defense, and then pass the puck between each other in order to score a goal.
Jeetler trying to center, but it gets blocked and cleared out hard. Payne Gretzky will hold it for a moment, but he's got Nico coming in. Turns to Doug. Doug has just a second before he clears it out towards the opposite corner. Kanye West on the look, but what a little touch by Jabba to cut the Lindsay offense off at the knees there. Jabba now starts from his corner again. Turns, carries, gets one beat. He's got two behind him, Kanye in front of him. Nico sitting on the opposite corner. They're looking for that one-timer again, but it comes in too much on the short side, and Payne Retzky's able to flip it into the corner and carried out by Kanye now. Bodied hard. And gets a neutral zone turnover for Nico, who puts one on net, gets a second chance, just wide. Turned over behind the net again. This is where Belleville wants to be, but Nico was facing the wrong direction. Ace now just above the goal line, puts it behind the net. Nico carrying it, bodied hard. Now passing it out to the point. Jabba holding it. Another center blocked. Cheatler will get to this first. He's got Rivenex coming in behind him. He'll spin it around the net again. I believe Belleville will have the step on this. They will, but it'll get knocked off of Jabba's stick. And Kanye finally able to get it out of the zone. An extended hold there by Belleville, unable to produce a goal. But, you know, holding Lindsay in a defensive formation, unable to generate any offense of their own so far. Rivenex will knock it around to Kanye West, who's able to put a shot towards the net, but just far too many sticks in the way. Doug will get to this first, and rails one on the net and hits the crossbar. Kanye from the point again, and we're swinging and missing. That's strike one. Centered. Belleville looking good. They know defenders back. Nico sitting at that opposite post, and a big block there. Well done by, I believe, Kanye, possibly Doug, to stop another dangerous pass from Belleville. Start again from their end. Rivenex passes it forward, easily blocked at center by Jeetler. Radade's holding it. Backwards turn. Beautiful pass. Jeetler has an opportunity and puts it in net against the apparently AFK Cavi Fierro.
Now, just a beautiful setup by Radades after he intercepted that puck to get it in behind the defense for Jeetler. Advantage of an AFK Cavi. We'll see if he comes back.
Belfast scrambling a little bit because of that. Ace looking over to take over temporary goaltending duties, but I mean 5v4 and the 4 being a missing goaltender. Belleville, you know, sweating bullets now as Lindsay takes advantage.
Do call a timeout in order to try to figure out what's happening with Cavi. Is they have 1 minute, and if not, again, Ace can take over in net for Cavi, and I potentially could look to go on defense for Bellevue. Nope, it looks like they finally got Cavi back, but still, big 2 goals by Jeetler to take advantage of Cavi being AFK.
You do have to wonder if that second goal especially will be taken back, but at the moment it looks like it will not. Cavi saving another for sure one off an excellent long chip-in. Net now eventually found by A's, but having some difficulty getting out of their zone now. Belleville seems to be knocked off their game a little bit by those technical difficulties. Kanye carrying it now. Pushes it into the center, nobody home. Nico finally able to recover. Takes his time, flips it back for Jabba. But having difficulty still moving out of their zone, skating too much in their own end, unable to find anyone forward. Nico looking dangerous out. Nice. Jeetler able to push the puck off just before the pass came out. The Lindsay offense still looking to go. Jabba intercepts the pass though and clears it out far. However, the pass to Nico blocked by Kanye. Lindsay really looking like they've found their footing now that they got, you know, some Lords of Fortune goals there. Lady Luck smiling hard on the Lindsay Muskies in that second period.
And now Lindsay takes a timeout, maybe for some substitutions as Rad-Aids goes off, but still 2 key goals by. They will be taken back as even the BOC asked them if they want a timeout, and there was no response until after the second goal. So really a job by Lindsay to take advantage of Abby's absence and give himself a lead.
You know, it's hard as a sporting fan to enjoy those kind of cheap goals a little bit, but in this game, in these situations, if you can't be ready to play and if your team isn't quick and responsive enough to handle those sorts of losses, you're going to have to take these sort of punches on the chin. And Belleville now having to battle back for it. Cavi keeping that one out of the net. Rad-Aids gets it in the center, puts another softie on, but kept in. Nice air clear all the way to Nico, but Doug smacks it out. One more time, Ribbon, but Rad-Aids catches it, gets around him, but can't find a great angle to take his shot from. Ace pushes it forward, but it's going to be a little bit of a battle along the boards here. Lots of bodies. Kind of a dribbling clear by Ribbon, but it finds Nico. Kanye intercepts it. Lindsay seeming to read these plays very well now. Rad-Aids successfully forechecking on the line. Cavi almost knocking in another one. Doug intercepting, putting one on the net. Cavi stops. Riven X checked by Kanye. Kanye gets a piece of it. Riven still has it. Flipped all the way down. Nico happily cherry picking. Will rail one right into the far post. Kanye can't get control. Jabba below the goal line, looking for Nico in front, finds him, and it bounces over his stick. Doug will hold. He has some time, and he can't clear it. Nico holding, gets it around Doug. Jabba going behind the net again, flipping it forward. Nico has it, has his shot, and just can't find it. It ended up stopped in the crease somewhere and was cleared out by one of the Belleville players, or possibly one of the Lindsay players. Rad-Aids will dump it down into the Belleville end, but pushed right back towards the neutral zone by Cavi. No breaths here, no rest for the wicked. Doug will start from his end with Nico hot on his tail. Big clear all the way out and around. Ace from his own blue line chips it forward to Nico, who has Jabba across, but gets checked hard by Doug. Tapped back and cleared into the Belleville end. Revenek starting from his own end. He's got passes across and forward. He chooses forward for Jabba, taking it from center ice. Tapped back for Ribbon, trying to find Nico. Kanye West intercepts. Kanye, that has to be his 6th or 7th intercepted pass this game. Jabba winning the battle against Doug, moving forward into dangerous territory, but gets pushed back. Ace taking it at the blue line, can't quite get it as hard into the zone as he would have wanted to, and a ugly, I guess I'll call it a clear there, by one of the Lindsay players, who finds G-Lord not quite cherry picking down in the other end. Ace now, long pass to Nico, who hard for Jabba. He will get to it first. He has a shot from the slot, blocked hard, but the block almost sailing into the net on its own accord. Doug finally relieving the pressure, and a 2-on-1 the other way. Jaitler has Rad-Aids in the center. He gets him, and Rad-Aids buries it. Same as their first goal. Lindsay now dominating this game with a 2-goal lead and only a minute 15 to play.
Rad-Aids and Jeetler showing how potent it can be as an offensive combo up front for Lindsay to score all 4 of the goals for the team.
1 minute to go. Doug from his end can't quite clear it as well as he'd like to. Nico now with possession. Long and high. Jeetler will take it and tries to get around Ace, but just runs into him a little bit too much. Radids and Riven X now fighting for it. Riven gets it out to Doug. Checked hard by Doug, who will move into shooting position and can't find the back of the net. But it will find Kanye West, who will dump it back in. And it sits behind the Belleville net now. Back towards the blue line. Kanye gets one more crack at it. And more on net, but intercepted by Ace, who will now hold and clear it out to center. Jabba stopped cold in his tracks by Radades. Riven X clears it out, 15 seconds. Payne Retzky clears it towards the center. Ace dumps it back in, 10 seconds. Doug will push that back towards the Belleville end for a Game 1 win by the Lindsay Muskies.
Really, this series is turning into a battle of the offensive forwards of Jeetler and Radades versus Jabba and Nico. Really, one of the unsung heroes of this game for Lindsay is, as you mentioned, Kanye doing a really good job of neutralizing Nico up front and down the ice and intercepting a lot of the passes intended for him.
Certainly a good job by Lindsay adapting the play. You know, you have to wonder how much of it was the Cavi disconnect and, you know, Belleville having to deal with that. But Lindsay really looking like they turned a page in the second period there, and Nico and Jabba just not looking as dangerous and dominant as they did in the first period. Belleville obviously gonna try and reverse that for this second game here and get back on the horse.
Bellevue's gonna take the ice immediately while Lindsay takes a second to try to get some strategy down on how to make sure the game wasn't as close as the last game was, and also wait for Radades to rejoin, as he had some connection issues, I think, last game for a timeout to be called. They now take the ice. Both teams looking to run the exact same lineup as they did last game. Try to maybe capitalize on a couple chances they didn't have in order to turn the game towards them.
And the colors switched. Our game is underway.
No, they're not.
Wait, they're not?
They're not.
Well, good. That's easier for me. Glad someone's paying attention. Thank you, Vector.
Oops, wrong camera angle.
Nico will dump that into the corner to start things off for Bellevue. Jabba takes it, looking for their 1-2. Nico has it right in front of the net. And Bellevue converts 14 seconds into the game. That's their
to get
play.
some momentum back
And
after
boy, how did they
losing last
find it.
game.
They have a second chance right off the bat, but Doug able to recover. An almost dangerous face-off there for Lindsay. Now Nico starting from his own end. Long stretch pass interrupted by Radades, who can't quite turn fast enough. And now we would like to thank Cryptic C for a little physics simulation of that puck, as it finally finds its way back down to earth. And will be cleared out towards the Bellevue end. Belleville, pardon me. Not Bellevue, Belleville. Ace passes it to Jabba. Gets checked. Nico will not immediately find it. Spinning puck coming towards Cavi. He handles it coolly. Riven X out for Java again. Skates with it, coming cross ice. Chips it in hard. Just too high. Now Kanye forward for Jeetler. Misses him. Misses Riven X as well, though. Radades may get to this first. He has Jeetler ready behind him. It's who he's looking for. Jeetler will handle it and smack it towards the net. Can't find it, but now Kanye here to pick up on the other side. Oh, just barely hits the post. That was a rocket, though. Long stretch pass for Nico, just outside of his stick. And Retzky will try to keep that away from him, as Doug knocks it back towards the Belleville end. Riven X with Jeetler behind him, passes it around for Ace, who has Two Muskies coming in hot. Finds Jabba in the middle, who can't break it through the neutral zone. Dumped back in by Jeetler. Cavi will hold and tap it back around to, unfortunately for him, Kanye West. A nice center, but a great little tap there by, I believe, Riven to keep it out of the slot. Jabba carries it forward. Puts one towards the net, but in a grounder handled easily by Retsky. Flips it nicely back towards Radades, who gets blasted against the boards there. And Riven able to dump it back towards the Lindsay end. Cleared out again. And a little bit of tennis to be picked up by Cavi. No, Cavi not coming out of the net. Jeetler holding it, trying to center it in front of the net, and can't be converted by Radades. A tough angle there. Jabba holding it all the way across the ice. Riven will pick it up off the boards, who passes it just behind Jabba. He has Nico in front. Skates around behind the net. Puts it towards the center and tapped out. Gets another chance. Going towards the other side again, looking for a wrap. Can't find it. Ace blocked hard. Jabba beats Radades to the puck. And will bank it nicely towards Ace, who tips it forwards towards Nico, who has behind the net again. He's got Jabba in front, but he's going to go for it himself. Jabba picks up the rebound over towards Ace, who has a shot on net. Can't find it. Tipped all the way out. Can Radades get to it? No. Another battle along the boards. Kanye clears it out. That's going to be close to the net. And again, just off the tip of Radades' stick, who puts it in front, and now Jeetler can't find it. So many near passes for both teams. Kanye West, lifts his stick over it, lets it go under. Red-green kids, remember, keep your stick on the ice. Doug chips it towards center, easily picked up by Nico. Ooh, Nico mishandles it just a little bit. But Jabba will get it. And is checked by multiple Lindsay Muskies, who then push each other off the puck. Unfortunately, Jabba gets another chance in front of the net. And blocked hard by Payne Retsky. Great save. And Doug with the long bomb. What a bounce! I didn't say anything because I assumed that would come right down onto Cavi's stick, but I apologize because what a perfect bounce by Doug's shot to go over Cavi Fierro and into the net. And just before the bell rings for period 1, we have us a tie game.
Now, we see that Bellevue's kind of going back to their normal regular season offense of trying to get deep in the corner, and then either Nico or Jabba either skating it out for the wrap or finding each other in front. But a great long bomb by Doug at the end equalizes it to make it a tied game going in the second period.
Doug will get the first touch after the face-off. Up towards Radades, who pushes one towards the net, and now Lindsay with the puck behind the net. Doug streaking in, looking for another shot. Hits a rocket wide. Cleared out. Nico unable to reach the long puck. But a couple long tennis passes back and forth now. And Doug gets attacked hard by Jabba, who will carry it. He has Nico sitting in front of the net, but blocked by Kanye, who can't quite push Jabba off the puck, and it'll be kept in by Nico. Ace picking it up right from the top of the circle, and deadly. A particularly good play by Jabba there to maintain possession and keep the puck in the zone, leading to that goal by Ace. And Jabba winning the faceoff hard, has another chance, and oh boy, the Senators are out now.
Or finally find their offensive footing and showing the dangerous potent offense that they've had all season long.
Jeetler now off the faceoff drops it back for Doug, trying to move it forward through the offensive zone, but can't handle it. And Luckily, just enough back checking by the Muskies to prevent a dangerous Nico breakaway, but it's not enough. Belleville threatening to run away with the game now. Red Aids takes the face off. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is looking a lot like Bellevue's last playoff game in the semifinals, where it started off innocently enough with 1-1, and then their offense just came up firing, and they were able to get the Mercy win.
Doug keeping the puck away from Java there. And Radiate's clearing it out towards the other end. Cavi will come out to play this around to Ace, who successfully handles it back towards Nico. Back to Ace. All the way up to Nico, not quite. Retsky will send that all the way back down. Radiates will be the first to get it, but too harsh of an angle. And Jabba has it with Kanye coming in hot. Kanye keeps it in the zone. Played around for Ace yet again. He's got Radiates close by, but he'll hold it. Blocked though. Doug flips it towards the goal. It's in close, and Cavi with just the right presence of mind to keep it away from that dangerous front of the net area. And now an offensive rush the other way for the Senators. Kanye, or Jabba with a shot, and Jabba with a goal. Cavi's assist cannot be overstated there. Put on net again. Retsky has to clear it. All the wind out of Lindsay's sails now. Jabba flicks another one in. Ace to get it. He has Nico in the center. Holds. Puts it there, but played deftly out of the air. Ace steals. Turns. Knocked off the puck. Doug skating it forward. He has some room. And he has space. He has a shot. Wide on the far side. Dietler and Doug both skating for it now, but a little bit just behind the puck. And a heart check will allow Lindsay to reset their offense. Dietler skating it forward, puts it forward. Oh. Riven cleared out hard for Nico. Doug knocks it right for Jabba. Oh, mama. Jabba with the hat trick, and it is 6-1 Senators.
Looking for one more to put this one away and tie the series back up at 1 apiece.
This is definitely Lindsay's nightmare scenario. Put just wide of Nico. Radiates touches it. Nico still hot on his tail. Flips it over for Kanye, but oh, Kanye stopping another Jabba breakaway. Riven flipping it out, deep pass towards Nico, who can't get the tip. Jabba will handle it. Nico smashed out of the way. Big check. Jabba holding it behind. Knocked away. And Doug with the clear. Cavi will get to it before Dietler and moves it back towards neutral ice. Mishandled by Jabba, but he gets the check on Kanye before it can develop into anything dangerous. Clogged up in the neutral zone a little bit. Dietler gets the turn now. Who beautiful pass to Radiates, who's in the clear, but runs out of time. And again, a nightmare scenario for Lindsay as they give up 5 goals.
And really that top offense of Jabba and Nico able to get 7 points so far in this game to put their team on top 6-1. We get a pause before we start the third period as Lindsay just tries to get anything going in the offensively this period and try to maybe tie it going into OT. Really, for the keys for Lindsay to try to get back in this, it has to be Radades. Needs to be able to get the opportunity, get some forecheck pressure going, get some opportunities in the slot like he did last game. And for Beatler also, he's kind of had to play back a little bit more in order to cover for the offense of as the game gets back underway.
But yeah, Lindsay just hoping to stop the bleeding, and even if they can't win this game, just being able to finish it would be a victory in its own right at this point. And to hopefully maintain a little bit of momentum for Wednesday's games. But a shot on goal there again, as Belleville wants to finish it out as brutally as they can. Nico holding it behind. Tips it out. Radades will get there before Ace. No one to go for, though. Rivenex will take it from his own end. Plays it around for Jabba. Turns, finds two Muskies, skates around. Forward, Ace completely uncovered, deep in the zone. Got Nico in front of the net. Can't quite find him. Good block there by Payne Retzky. And Doug clears it all the way out. That may be, nope, just wide of Cavi, who will come out of his net to play this. Back around to McJabba. A little bit slow there. There may be some time. And it's cleared all the way down looking for Nico. Doug will see it and get to it first. Jabba plays it across. Kanye will take it. Back towards the middle again. Belleville defense. Absolutely stifling this Radades forecheck. Turned hard. Kanye with another shot opportunity. Gets close to the net but turned away. Jabba has Nico deep. Finds him. Doug knocks him off the puck. Retzky comes out of his net. Plays it against the boards. Finds Radades. With very few options, manages to push it towards the middle of the ice. Doug takes it. Beautiful center. Turned away by Cavi. Jabba turns it over to Kanye. Back in the corner again. JSL onto the top of the Belleville net. And now Jabba has a step on Kanye. Gets it through Doug. And can't quite be finished by Nico. Lindsay trying to find it the other way, but plays it just too far. And Rivenex will pick this up first around for Jabba, who will completely reverse and come around the other way to play it against Radades. Down for Nico. Bouncing puck goes too high. Doug mishandles it. Picked up by Jabba. Flips it into the corner. Retzky will come out of his net to play it around. Riven keeps it in. Nico has Jabba in the center. Finds him. And can't quite be finished. A dangerous play by Jabba as he hits the post. Centered again by Nico. Now a rotation centered by Jabba. Not quite. Nico keeping it in still. Doug racing Jabba. Can't get to it. Jabba still has behind the net. Nico up front. Flips it over. Top of the circle. Spins it towards Nico, who nails it home. And Belleville dominating performance. Series tied at 1-1. We will go into Wednesday with Belleville looking like they look like they are going to win this series as far as that game was concerned. A completely different landscape from the first game.
Really, it's because the offensive pairing of Nico and Jabba were able to get the pressure, and and when they do have that puck deep, they're able to make those chances out front, as we saw time and time again with this game. But yeah, Lindsay's going to try to reset and try to repeat what they were able to do the first time with that victory in the first game. When we look to Wednesday, we finished off the JSL playoffs with games 3, 4, and 5. And then after that, have games 3 and 4 of the RSL playoff.
And since we went 1-1 today, we will also be playing next Monday, no matter what. We may be playing up to 3 games next Monday, depending how Wednesday goes. And, well, I suppose we'll see you then.
Yeah, I will see you then, Duncan.
As always,
All
thanks
right.
to Vector for streaming, and play HQM, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be back tomorrow night with the LHL finals. I think the series is split, or
It is. It's split 1-1.
yeah, I haven't been watching it, so I'll need to get brushed up on that. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. The audience, not you guys, unless you want to be there. I won't say no.
Well, we'll think about it.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Yeah, I know that the toilet is for customers.